You might not believe it, but now BBA owners can replace their cars with a brand new NIO at no cost. NIO launched a new policy in June. If you are a BBA owner and want to replace your car with a new one at no cost in the first half of the year, then you certainly don't want to miss this opportunity. Take this one G5T next to me as an example. It comes standard with a dual motor four-wheel drive, and it only takes 4 seconds to accelerate from 0 to 80 kilometers per hour. While having excellent handling, it also has a certain degree of comfort and loading capacity. It comes standard with LiDAR, whether in terms of configuration or latency. It is an outstanding product at the same level. Considering changing your car, you might wonder if it's worth replacing it with a NIO under these circumstances. Want to know if your car can be replaced at no cost? Hurry up and send a private message to me backstage to contact me.
Guys, I got a fantastic inside update on NIO, the orders, etc., what's going on here in China, so that you guys can stay ahead of the curve. So this just came in and it pertains, of course, these order numbers. But of course, at the start of the video, you saw that zero cost to change to a NIO is back. This, of course, saw great success in May, and then they're bringing it back here in mid-June to reinvigorate sales. Of course, a lot of people might not just straight up buy a car, but it makes more sense for them to trade in. And this just really makes sense. And you know, their target customers are, of course, BBA, and it's working. Now, time for the inside report. So what's going on? So this is, of course, from June 1st to June 17th. All right. And first, we're going to talk about this is, of course, the second week of June, the overall market, what's going on. So we're seeing that after the college entrance exams, a lot of these families have come out. So these are kind of like the summer customers, and they're actually coming out to buy cars as well. So what we see is there was the Dragon Boat Festival on Monday for last week, but also with local subsidies, policies, and college entrance exams, customers groups enter stores ahead of schedule, and most of the brands see a 10 to 15% month-on-month increase in orders, or flat or a small increase. Okay, most brands. And then the summer customers after the college entrance examination usually appear in late July in the previous 2 years, but now they are arriving at the stores in advance right now. So these are, you know, families with kids that are about to go to university, and they just finished their college entrance exams. So when it pertains to NIO, okay, so this is the juicy part. NIO has accumulated 12,000 new orders, okay, locked in orders from June 1st to June 17th. 4.5 to 5K orders of lock-in orders last week. So there's a discrepancy between that and deliveries. Obviously, with deliveries, people are paying it in full, whereas for lock-in orders, you're just paying the deposit. And some people may not go ahead and purchase the car, even though they would lose out on their deposit money if they do that. Okay, the order ratio is very interesting. So right now, 4.5, so about 45% are ES6s, all right? And then 35% ET5 and ET5T, and then the other 20% is about others. So 45% of sales are ES6. That's pretty crazy, all right? And we're seeing that ES6 sales have, once again, of course, well, it's been more than ET5 for a while, but it's once again the number one spot, and more than ET5 and ET5T sales. There has been a lot of ET5 and ET5T sales in the past couple of months, and NIO has really wanted to shift the orders to ES6. They've been pushing some more incentives for the ES6 so that, you know, those cars are higher margin. But we're seeing 20% others. Now that means all the other vehicle models, all right, only 20%. So not a whole lot. Definitely some of them are ET7s and ES8s and EC7s, and very few ES7s. So you can definitely tell that the ES6 is definitely the volume driver for NIO. Okay, in the second week, the number of stores continue to grow. So NIO is deploying more stores, and summer customers began to appear after the college entrance examinations, and there are more customers in the stores than the week before. So there's more customers in the second week of June than there were the first week of June. Now, how does that compare to NIO's, some of the domestic competitors, some of these also hybrid makers? So compared to Li Auto, okay, like Li Auto, they got about 9,000 locked in orders for the second week of June, which is quite crazy. And they got like 20,000 locked in orders total from June 1st to June 17th. So, about 8,000 more than NIO. Okay. And they have the L6. L6 is selling tremendously well. But compared to other brands, for example, Leap Motor, all right, Leap Motor sells a lot more cheaper vehicles, cheaper hybrids, and in theory they should be selling a lot more than NIO, but they've only gotten 13.5k orders from June 1st to June 17th. So they're only doing slightly better than NIO in terms of orders, but their vehicles are much cheaper than NIO. So in that essence, NIO is definitely way better than Leap Motor in terms of sales. BYD added 240,000 new orders from June 1st to June 17th. Of course, that's a whole lot, right? 100k orders last week. It's not really comparable to NIO because their vehicles are super, super cheap. They're like some of the cheapest vehicles out there, all right? And the Chin L and Seal 06 have broken 120,000 orders total volume orders, okay? So absolutely crazy. BYD's numbers are absolutely crazy, and we really gotta have like NIO's really gotta have like Firefly come out and Envo to even like approach these kind of orders. All right, they gotta really see success. They gotta really compete with BYD with those cars if we want to get to anywhere near that amount of orders. So despite the small decrease in incentives from 60 free swap vouchers down to 40, and then also no more NIO phone, we're seeing NIO's bring back the zero cost to change to a NIO incentive back, and also there's also local subsidies like that. So sales are still doing fairly well, and there's the wave of summer customers coming over. So that's pretty nice. I hope this momentum definitely continues going forward. And we'll see. We'll have to see, because I am personally expecting maybe a slight drop off in terms of orders in July and August before Envo launches. And once Envo launches, I believe that this is really going to help boost NIO's overall deliveries, NIO plus Envo. That's going to be a huge, massive increase, but it's going to be gradual as well. So that's something to look forward to, all right?